Free our man RIQ. Well, he like kind of free now. What's good, y'all? She gets this Erica Vane coming to you with my initial thoughts of episode 6 from season 2, Power Book 2 Ghost. Y'all, this is just going to be my initial thoughts, these little quick ramblings of what we saw, what I took it as. I'm about to watch the episode again, but I definitely wanted to get a video out to y'all as soon as possible. My God, we got so much story development, character development. Yo, we are in a very, very tangled web, and I think that is going to hit the fan. The preview to episode 7 looks crazy. I can't wait to do my preview video for that. But without further ado, let's talk about what went down in episode 6. So, we get to see Tariq actually get out. So thank God we don't go on a whole little trajectory like we did with Ghost, where Ghost spent a few episodes in jail. Like, that man was in there down bad. It was not looking good. But Tariq, after one court appearance where they send him back to jail with no bail, and it takes them bringing Rashad Tate up in there to, you know, talk to whatever little judge, get another judge. Then they're able to get Tariq out on bail, but he still has an ankle monitor, so he's going to have to keep his head on the swivel. He can't be out here just going back to, you know, business as usual. I love the process of him, like, really trying to figure out what is going on and him putting two and two together. Him going to a place of, like, dang, maybe Monet is the one who actually told Kane to do this. I thought that was actually brilliant because it's putting him in a place of trying to figure out what to do and not to lean so heavily on, you know, Monet and it's a Tejada family, and what does the world look like if he got to take everybody asses out. And I'm here for it. Like, I'm here for independent Tariq. I'm here for Tariq not playing, you know, small or little for any dang on body. Like, we have come a long way. We went from 3 seasons of Power where I absolutely hated this little boy to 4 episodes into his first season, and then I'm like, all right, well, I'm gonna go ahead and root for him. And now it's Tariq over everybody. I don't care. Tariq over everybody. He must stand. Protect Tariq at all costs, okay? So I love that. I love that ultimately where he has to still go back, right? Because he don't have no other options right now. He don't have no new connect to replace Monet with. He don't have no infrastructure to build out a whole new organization so he can get this money for Davis, for his sister, for all of the things that he has to, you know, keep going on. So he picks the lesser of two evils, but now his eyes are wide open and we love to see it. I thought that this episode was so great in pushing Tariq forward as a man and really putting him in a position where he really, really has to stand on his own. Like, even watching him, you know, confront Lauren and her not being so willing to run to his side and realizing, like, dang, yeah, she all you had, or that's she all you thought you had, but then you don't even really have her. Who do you really have? And it's good that Effie actually showed up, but I like that Tariq was able to, like, sit in the feeling of, like, actually not having nobody, because with Tasha gone and Yaz, you know, in foster care, and Big Mama in rehab, and all of the things foundationally not solid. Brayden, you know, is disloyal unintentionally. All these things going on. I think that he needed to hit there. Like, honestly, this is kind of like one of Tariq's rock bottoms that gets him to a place where he can readjust and move a little bit more strategic. Like, I think that Tariq has come a long way and continues to make strategic moves, but he banks on, you know, how he can play Diana, how he know Monet's going to respond, what he can expect from Kane, like all of this. Like, even having Lauren in his pocket to a certain extent, he was like banking on that, and now he's at a place of he might have Effie by the end of the episode, but at the beginning when he's in jail, and then right when he's coming out of jail, and then he's realizing that Brayden was, you know, disloyal and Lauren ain't really there, he gets to a point where he like, all right, all I got is me. I really got to make this work. Even like him, you know, being in an interrogation room meeting with Davis McClain and having Saxe try to get a confession out of him. Like, yo, Davis is right. Trust no one, including him. Trust absolutely no one, Tariq. And now that Tariq's eyes are wide open, his head is really on a swivel, he got these 2 bodies hanging over him, I think that we're going to see him really drop into his zone, get super focused, get better. And I don't know if we're going to see him go back to jail on no BS, because I could definitely see this being a thing of he like, yeah, this ain't going to never happen again. Now, I want to take a quick second and talk about Effie, because Effie was my choice from season 1, even though, y'all, like, I realized that Effie did him dirty, broke his heart, that he turned around and did her dirty. I just feel like him and Effie are just equally yoked. They're almost in the same place in their lives. They're pretty much the same person, just in male and female form, if you ask me. And she gets it. Like, I struggle with him getting with Lauren because Lauren is a goody two shoes. Lauren don't know nothing about the life. Lauren don't want to know nothing about the life, and she shouldn't have to, right? Like, ain't nobody trying to make that girl, be a part of this or whatever. But it just never felt like it was going to want to work out. Like, Tariq, you need assets, and Lauren is a liability, as you can see. Honey wrote she wore the Rolex, didn't give you no type of peep clue, smoke signal, carrier pigeon, or nothing. She is a freaking liability, right? So that she was out for me. They look good together, cute little puppy love, whatever. But no, she a liability. Diana is just now starting to step up and step out. She's just now starting to confront Monet. She's just now starting to make decisions for herself. And then even still, like we saw in this episode, she still isn't making all the decisions for herself. Like, she wants to go to college, she's getting that wish, but they trying to send her to St. John's, and she wanted to go to Stansfield. So, like, she's still on a very, very tight leash. And Tariq needs a woman who's going to be able to stand next to him and on her own. And Diana ain't that yet either. Like, she trying to get there, but she ain't it either. But Effie is already independent, out here running her own organization, making her own decisions. She has been through a lot of the things that Tariq is currently going through. It just made sense. And my good sis popped up on this episode and was just like, hey, here I am. I just wanted to check on you. Wop-de-wop, whoop-de-whoop. This just works. And Tariq, was able to exhale. The only time he was able to exhale out this whole episode was when he was in scenes with Effie. And you know what? I love that for them. I really truly do. He's going to need, like, while I want Tariq to be able to think as if he's independent or think as if he has nobody else, I still want him to have support. So watching him, restructure his organization and bring Effie into the fold and put her in a position of power and have her meet up with Monet in this episode was brilliant. Having him, go back to Brayden, level with Brayden, because yes, Brayden was not intentionally trying to be disloyal, but now he knows, I think, truly how to handle Brayden and how to manipulate him. I know that sounds bad, but how to manipulate him, because Brayden still needs to be manipulated. Like, he is just so green in this. Oh my god, y'all, one of my favorite scenes of this whole episode was watching Tariq and Brayden argue when Tariq got out of jail, and Brayden is making all the points that literally the audience has made from the very jump when Tariq started losing his goddamn mind and power. Like, yo, you chose this too. Like, yes, Brayden is a Weston, but Brayden was literally like, let's not act like your father wasn't rich too. Let's not act like you ain't choose this life too. You did not have to be out here. Tariq hollering about people out here doing this because they ain't got no other choice. They ain't got no other way. Bro, you had choices. You killed your biggest choice. So what it is and what it ain't. I was just watching, like, smiling from ear to ear, like, get in his ass, Brayden. Yes, because this is literally stuff that we all have said. These dang on writers, they are in their bag this season. Like, in their bag, y'all. We need to really give it up because the Power Book 2 writers are in their bag. And we love to see it. I mean, the performances are top notch as well, but I'm just saying. Let's get it right. It's that cred. Okay, so that's Tariq, that's Brayden. Y'all, I don't know what Mama Monet finna do. I'm kind of stressed with her. I was not sympathizing with her at all, honestly, until this episode. Like, I feel bad for her. Your husband just got out of jail and is forcing you into retirement, telling you what the life is that you gonna live next, and you just gonna have to take it. And I'm like, all right, I kind of feel bad for her, but I also am like, well, girl, this is how your kids feel, honey. This is exactly what you do to them. And I know she turned around and told Lorenzo, like, you basically treat me like one of the kids. And it's like, yeah, that's what he doing. And maybe you gonna wish that you hadn't done it with your kids and, like, actually created space for them to develop their own personalities and do their own thing and cultivate their own lives. Because, girl, this ain't it. Ultimately, by the end of the episode, y'all, Monet goes to Mecca, Dante, whatever we gonna call that man, and tells him that they can't move forward. They having their little family time. I ain't even gonna hold you. The Tejada family stresses me out, but watching them together as a family, eating their dinner, doing their little merengue and all their little dances and cultural things, watching them speak Spanish, my little black heart was singing with all the culture popping out the screen. It was just giving. But they still stress me out because Kane, I love Woody to death. Like, I think that Woody is such an amazing, amazing, amazing talent. But Kane, me and you got problems, bro. Diana, I'm not too sure about you. Your heart is in the right place, boo-boo, but she's starting to give a little shift too. It's just, y'all tune into my full breakdown, my full episode breakdown. I'm going to really jump into this Tejada family and what the dynamics is that's going on. I got a video coming for y'all where I'm going to break down the verses that's going to happen, because it's definitely Monet and Kane versus Lorenzo, Diana, and Drew. And it's finna be real. We see Monet choke Diana up in this episode. I'm just like, oh Lord, they about to fight this season. Like, fight. Like, this was just a yoke up. Now I can definitely see Diana putting her hands on Monet, and it's going to end with Monet beating the hell out of Diana. And it's fix it, Jesus. That might be the season finale. This Tejada household is about to implode, and the fact that Monet went to Dante and was like, yeah, you can't meet Zeke no more, we ain't running away no more, this is dead, this is done, don't reach out to me, stay away. It's like, girl, do this man look like the type of man that takes no for an answer? You didn't think this through, honey. You really didn't, because he's coming for his son, he's still coming for you, and if that means he got to put Lorenzo on the ground, that might actually happen. So prepare the others. I don't know what to tell you. It's interesting to me. Again, y'all, watch my full breakdown that will be up tomorrow. But one of the things I want to note about Lorenzo Tejada, is interesting to me how he is gravitating towards Drew. He can see that, Kane is a hothead. He's not necessarily emotionally stable and all of that. But it's interesting to me that he can see that Drew, is gay, and he's fine with that. And he knows Drew's strengths. But I don't understand how he's not picking up on the fact that Drew don't actually want to do this. But, okay, let me play devil's advocate a little bit. Well, I don't never want to advocate for the devil. But Drew does do a much better job with Lorenzo of faking it than he does with Monet. With Monet, he don't want to do it. He going to let you know he don't want to do it. But with Lorenzo, it's almost like a switch flips in his head, and he turns into the good son that's going to do everything that the father just asked for, even if he don't want to do it. And it was very eerie watching that in this episode, but I'm like, okay, I can kind of see it. But for me, Lorenzo seems pretty perceptive, so I'm just wondering how he doesn't actually see that he's putting all his stock on a horse that don't even want to run no more. Like, this is not going to end well. And then he's about to wind up going to war with Kane, and Kane actually wants the spot that you're trying to make Drew go into. So it's like, why don't you just figure out how to make this work with Kane so that y'all can avoid one war? Because you already about to go to war with Monet. You about to go to war with Dante. Like, it's so many wars on this Tejada front. We might need to say a prayer for them, y'all. We really might need to say a prayer for them. Professor Miligram is already on my list. Courtney Kemp has said numerous times that characters earn their deaths, and I think that she has by far exceeded the earning of the death. I'm ready for Professor Miligram to go. Sis is a hater. Sis is I don't want to slut shame her, but she a hoe, and she got to go. She gonna have to get up out of here. The way that she interacted with Lauren in this episode, the way that she talked about Tariq and how arrogant she was and just so confident in her bullshit that she was spewing, sis got to go. Y'all, this little quick initial thoughts is running a little bit long, so I'm gonna cut it here. Again, hit the subscribe button, turn on your bell notifications so you don't miss when I put up my full breakdown, where I'm going to talk more about Rashad Tate. I'm going to talk more about Professor Miligram. I'm definitely going to jump into Davis McClain, who had a couple of the dope moments in this episode as well, and all the nitty gritty of what we saw in this episode and some of the things that you might have missed. Again, I just wanted to do this video really quickly so I can get it out to y'all and we can start the dialogue. Drop down in the comment section and tell me what you thought of this episode. What was your favorite scene, least favorite scene? What are you keying in on most? What you worried about? Tell your good sis what you worried about, because I got some concerns as well, and we finna chop it up in the comment section. I love y'all so much for watching. I will see you in my next Power Book 2 video. Hit that like button and I'll see you tomorrow.